This is a quick video demonstration of our HD-SDI series DVRs, and I'm going to be showing you some of the main features of this unit. There's three methods of communication with our units. One is using the mouse connected directly to the DVR, a remote control, or over the network. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using a mouse attached directly to it, and you will see when you turn on the DVR, you will see the startup wizard, and this would allow you to configure the main features of the units, such as you can configure the resolutions of your cameras, you can configure the scheduling, you can configure IP addresses, and so on. It's very simple, very easy, and let's start it by clicking next step. This is a general window, and here you can configure this system time, day format, and you can change the time format if you want 24-hour or 12 hours. You can configure how the hard drive is going to behave when it's full, if you wanted to overwrite or if you wanted to stop recording. You can also configure things such as the pack duration. If you're recording 24/7, the DVR is going to cut the files by an hour each. You can configure this to less if you want to. Real-time play is a new feature that all of our DVR supports, and it would allow you to play back on the fly each camera individually up to 60 minutes. So the default is 5, and I will show you that that feature later. Also, this option right here, navigation, this is a new menu that appears on the main screen of the DVR, and I will show you that feature throughout this video. To continue, just click next step. Here under encode, you can configure the resolution of your cameras. You can see that you have a mainstream and an extra stream. The mainstream is what you set for the recordings, how the cameras are going to record, if it's based on 24/7, motion detection, or alarm. And the extra stream or the substream allows you to connect to the DVR to view the cameras using your tablet or an iPhone or an Android, and it's very easy. It will not affect the way that the DVR records. Also, you can enable audio if you have microphones connected to the unit. You can set up overlay, you can set up also snapshots. And let's continue to the next step right here. In this window, you can configure how the DVR is going to be recording based on a period of a 24/7 recording, non-stop recording. You can also mix and match if you wanted to configure based on motion detection. You can do so. You can also configure a snapshot based on timing. If you have multiple hard drives, you can configure the hard drives to be redundant. So if one of the hard drives fail, the other one will have the same copy as the one that it fails, and they can continue recording without any interference. That's the next step. Will be the record option. This is the settings that you can configure the DVR to record as based on a schedule that you configured previously, or manual will record 24/7 on all of the channels. As you see, I have only 4 cameras connected to this DVR, and I just told the DVR to record only 1 through 4, so the other ones are stopped right now. You can also enable extra stream recording, so it will allow you to play back files on your phone or tablet using our paid app Tech Pro SS Plus. Let's go to next step. This is the network settings, and here you can configure the IPs of the DVR, gateway, the TCP port, the UDP ports. All of these ports have to be open on your router for you to access it externally. Also, if you click network settings, you can enable other features such as email. They can send you an email based on an alert. You can enable UPnP, Universal Plug and Play port forwarding, so you don't have to port forward anything as long as your router supports that feature. Most routers at this time supports that feature. It's very easy, so you don't have to port forward any ports. And then at the end, you can just click save and finish, and all of the settings will be applied to the DVR. For this demonstration, I'm not going to change anything, so I'm just going to cancel it by right-clicking and clicking OK. This is the main interface of the DVR. As you see, is very similar to all of our DVRs. This specifically is a 16-channel HD-SDI series, and you can see here all of the cameras that I have attached to it. I can just double-click to one of the cameras to go full screen if I want to. Double-click again to go to the 16-channel view. And as you see, every time that I move the mouse to any of the channels, you will see this bar right here. This is the real-time playback. So if I want to play back something that happened 5 minutes ago and just simply go to the channel, I can just double click on it and click the playback, and it will start playing back. And you can see this is timeline bar. You can just click on a specific time, and I can see the recordings up to 60 minutes. So by default right now I left it at 5, so I was recording 24/7. But this is pretty much what you will see if you wanted to play back using that feature. Right click to go back, and if I right click on any of the windows or any of the menus here, this little window will show up, and you have different layout views. So you have view 1, view 4, and you have different groups, view 8, view 9, and 16. So if I wanted to see, let's say, my 4 cameras, I just go to view 4 and cam 1 to 4, and there it is. It's very simple. I'm just going to change this to 16 channel layout view. And previously at the beginning of the video, I explained a new feature that all of our DVRs have, or most of our DVRs have, is called navigation. So what I do is I just simply click on any section of this window. So if I click here, you see this menu will pop up. This is an easy access to the settings of the DVR. So if I wanted to go to the main menu, I just click this little icon right here, and it opens up the main menu. I can change the layout if I want to from here. Very simple. If I have a pan tilt zoom camera, I can just click on it and the menu will pop up. I can access the search interface, and there you go. It's just quick access. It's just really nice shortcuts. If I want to access the network, and just click on it, and these are the settings of the network. Very easy. Another feature I'm going to show you is the search interface. I can either use the navigation panel that I showed you before by just clicking in here, and it will access it like that, or I can just simply right click and choose search. This is the main search interface, and here on the right side you have your calendar. You can pick the dates that you wanted to see recordings, and these are the layouts of the DVR, in this particular DVR. On the bottom right here, you will see the timeline bar, and just simply, if you wanted to search something, you just simply go to the time that is being recorded. For example, 10 o'clock. Just click on it, and there it is. It's very simple. From here, I can just double click and see anything that happened on this particular channel. Double click again, and it goes full screen. Right click, it goes back, and right click again, it goes to the 4 window view. Very simple. If I wanted to do a specific time, I just click this option right here, and this is the time that the DVR has recorded at that particular day that I chose on my calendar. Very simple as well, and a nice feature that most of our DVRs, if not all of our DVRs, support is called Smart Search. And Smart Search will allow you to select an area and look for motion that happened on the selected area. So to do that, I'm just going to right click. I'm going to go to search. This works only on one single channel view. So I pick the camera I want. Let's say channel 1, that's fine. And I can click the time on the timeline bar. And this icon right here, if you hover over your mouse on top of it, it will say Smart Search. When you click on it, it opens up this grid. And you basically have to select the area that you're interested in. So at this point, I wanted to see something that happened in this area. And I just click Smart Search again. As you see, you will see, there it is. There is the motion that happened in that particular area. And the DVR will look only on that area. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's very simple. If you have an object that is being removed or something, you can just select that area and then click Smart Search, and you should be able to see motion that happened in that particular area. Let's go ahead into the main menu. It's going to jump into the info. Under info, you can see info about your hard drive, the status of it, if it is how much total space it has and how much free space it has. Under VPS, you can actually look how much bandwidth each camera is using on the DVR. You can search any type of logs as well. There's all these logs that the DVR has captured. You can set a specific log if you want to. Online users, you can see who is connected to the DVR through the web service. You can see who is connected to it, and you can block them or disconnect them. Under settings, we already covered the general settings and the encode settings and the schedule. I'm going to jump to RS-232. You can connect an RS-232 device to control the DVR. You have different options right here. Network, we already covered this feature. Under alarm, you can configure how the alarm inputs and outputs are going to behave. If an alarm triggers, you can tell the DVR to show you a message, to send you an email, to activate a PTZ, to go on a tour, to send you a snapshot, to make a noise at the DVR itself. Is very intuitive and very easy to configure. Under detect, here you configure the how the camera sensitivity is going to be set on the DVR. So you can tell the camera to be less sensitive or more sensitive if you want to. And this is as per channel basis. So you can also change the event type based on a video loss or a camera masking. You can tell the DVR to do certain things. It's pretty much the same as the alarm configurations that we saw. Pan tilt zoom. If you have a pan tilt zoom camera connected to the DVR, the pan tilt zoom cameras have a specific protocol, an address, and a baud rate. And this is as per channel basis as well. So if you have a pan tilt zoom connected on channel 1 and the pan tilt zoom has a protocol of Pelco D, here are the configurations. Here's the settings that you have to change in order to match the configurations of the camera, so you will be able to move the camera as long as the camera is connected to the RS-485. On the display, you can modify the channel names if you want to. You can change the resolution of the monitor attached to the DVR itself up to 1080p if it has an HDMI. You can configure a tour at this main screen, so it will change the layout based on the groups that you're selecting here. Default, I can default the entire DVR if I don't like the configurations I set or I have an issue with the DVR. The best way to recover and the best way to start all over is by defaulting the entire DVR. You can select all of the configurations or one configuration if you like to. If I right click again, I will go to the advanced settings. Under advanced settings, I can go to HDD manage and manage my hard drive. This particular DVR has an eSATA port. An eSATA port would allow you to connect up to 4 drives using that particular port and then configure those drives to do backups, to be part of your backup, or to be part of your storage. So, and then the cool feature about this is that you can have hard drive grouping or camera groupings. So if you have a group of hard drives that you wanted to configure specifically for one camera or 2 cameras, this is the place that you configure that. Right now, currently I have only one hard drive, so it will not work. But if you have multiple hard drives, you can configure hard drive grouping. And the HDD channel is where you configure those groups and you assign it to the cameras you want. Very simple. You can also set the hard drive to read and write. You can set it to read only or format it. Abnormality, here you can have the DVR to send you messages, to send you an email, to show you a message on the main screen, to make a noise when something happened. Let's say there's no disk, or there's a disk error, or disk not space, or many features that you can configure in here, and they can send you triggers, or they can send you emails based on those triggers. Alarm output, if you have any alarm outputs, it will display this window right here, showing you the information of what's going on, the status of that alarm output. Record, we already covered this feature. Accounts would allow you to manage any username that you want people to use to log into the DVR. You can set up different rights, you can add users, you can modify users, you can add different groups, you can modify passwords. I mean, it's very simple. That's one of the key features of our DVRs is the interface and the settings of these units are extremely simple and very user-friendly. Auto maintenance would allow you to auto reboot the DVR at a certain time or date. You can also have the DVR to auto delete files. You can customize that if you wanted to delete files a day ago. TV adjust, if you have a monitor connected to the BNC out, you can configure the ratio of the image on that particular TV. Card overlay would allow you to connect the POS system and overlay that information that you scan on the POS system on one of the channels of the DVR. There's two methods of connection. You can use the RS-232 or over the network. Config backup would allow you to save the configurations of your DVR to a flash drive. If you get your DVR for some reason, you made a mistake and you default the DVR, that's not a problem. You can import those configurations back using the last configuration you save on the flash drive, and then all of your settings will be applied. Backup would allow you to backup footage to a flash drive or a thumb drive. You can connect the thumb drive through one of the USBs in the system, and you can hit detect and it will detect that flash drive. It will format it, and therefore you can select the days and channels you wanted to back up to that specific USB drive. You can erase completely the data that is on the USB and start all over, or you can stop the backup process at any time. If you right click, you will see Pan Tilt Zoom. This opens up the Pan Tilt Zoom controller, and then from here I can move the camera if I want to. All right, I can zoom in if I want to from here. I can zoom out. And another neat feature that only our DVRs have is called PTZ trace. When I click PTZ trace, what I have to do to work with the PTZ trace is hold the left click on your mouse and then move the mouse to whatever place you wanted to move it. And basically the camera will follow that. This is very cool. If you move down, the camera will follow. It pretty much will follow up the mouse movements. If you want to zoom in, you can use the scroll on your mouse. If you want to zoom out, again, you use the scroll on your mouse. It's a very neat feature. Only our DVRs have it. And lastly, the shutdown menu. The shutdown menu will allow you to log out the menu user without turning off the DVR, will allow you to shut down completely the unit, or allow you to restart or switch the users on the fly. I hope you find this video very informative, and thank you for watching.